So welcome to another episode of Cool Story Bro. And today I'm with Agilan The Alligator Thani, who is a competition MMA fighter that's fighting for one championship currently. So just a little bit of background about yourself, in case people don't know who you are.
Okay, my name is Agilan Thani. I was born in Penang but raised my whole life in Sentul. I started martial art at the age of 16 and since then I'm here now, 23.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of media has covered how you have begun training in martial arts, right?
Yeah.
So, but basically, maybe I'll let you tell the story.
Okay, no
a short form of it. So, yeah, go ahead. Like, how do you actually get into like the whole martial arts thing in this space?
Well, I was doing karate when I was 13 years old, and then as a source of self-defense lah.
Yeah.
Because I was getting bullied a little bit here and there in school.
Yeah.
And then I watched Donnie Yen's movie called SPL.
Right, the cop one.
Yeah, the cop one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I saw he was doing a lot of jiu-jitsu in it, and I got interested. I researched about jiu-jitsu. Then I started training jiu-jitsu at the age of 16 lah. Then from there, at 17, I came to Monarchy. Before that, I was training in another place, somewhere in Kelana Jaya. Then I started training in Monarchy from 17 years old until now.
Nice. When exactly have you decided to you want to do this for a living? Like getting to the fight game exactly. When do you actually start doing that?
I think after my second pro fight.
Second pro fight?
In one championship. So that's my third pro fight in one championship. Yeah, from there onwards, I said I gotta put 100% effort into this just so I can make a living out of it, you know.
But is it sustainable in terms of fighting this career?
I keep a very simple life and I don't spend much money. And then that way I can last longer without fights, and I teach here and there, so it's pretty alright, doing fine.
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that people don't know about, like what exactly MMA fighters do on a daily life, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Most people think that you guys just train every day, but of course behind that there's a lot of things going on, like you teach classes and you do privates.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your career at the moment.
Yeah.
So when you finished with Lima.
Yeah.
So how was it the transition to being pro? How did it go about from being an amateur fighter and then getting a contract with one championship?
Well, it was funny because after Mima, I thought that's it. I probably will never get to fight again.
Yeah.
I thought I'll just fight in local shows or something like that as a pro. But and then one called me on Chinese 9 days before Chinese New Year, and they were like, okay, we have a fight, we will put you in. But it's 9 days notice. It's on the same date of Chinese New Year. They did the show in KL. No, after the day of Chinese New Year. So I was like, okay. I was 96 kilos. I cut to 81 kilos. I made a catch weight. And then from there, I start to fight. And I realized oh, it's actually this is what I was meant to do. So I fought again. Then after my second fight, I just quit my full-time job in Monarchy and went to pursue fighting.
Right. Oh, so you used to work here full time as well?
Yeah, full time.
Right. So, your recent fight.
Yeah.
Right. So, you lost the fight.
I have two recent losses, which is back to back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay about that. I mean, generally, it's easy to talk about your wins. Obviously, right?
I feel it's better to talk about my losses because I can explain things.
Yeah.
But when I win, it's hard because you win. You win. That's it.
Yeah, but it's very hard for people to talk about their losses anyway. In general, I guess.
I feel okay because I think it makes you admit that you made mistakes, you know.
So okay, let's go into the recent fight then. So what happened in the recent fight?
So what happened was, the story goes way back in March. After my second win, I lost to Ben Askren and then I won twice. And then after that, I was injured.
Yeah.
I injured my back. I don't know what happened. I think it's because of cutting too much weight, or it's because of lifting weights too heavy, or throwing people in the wrong direction and stuff like that. And then I injured my back badly actually. I was starting to limp. I couldn't walk couple of days, you know. And then I was 6 weeks at home. And then the doctor said, okay, maybe you should try training again. I trained again, made it worse. The injury became worse and worse and worse. Eventually the disc injury that I had, the disc dried out, and most of the people said not to do fighting for a while, rest, but I didn't listen lah, being stubborn as I always am. I just took all the fights. I took the fight with Kadastam because it was a main event and I was part of a Grand Prix, a tournament. And I was surprised with the injury, I did very well. and I didn't train much at all. And then he was the better man, obviously. He got me in the third round. I got dropped. And then with the recent fight with Kamran Abbasov from Kyrgyzstan, well, that fight basically I prepared so hard with the injury, and then when I went to the fight, I was just like not there, like confidently. I was not confident in myself. Like I just froze, and the guy caught me really good, and it was good. So not always preparation is the key, but sometimes the mind is the biggest key, you know.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people don't know that when it comes to fighting. Like I am not a fighter myself, but the mental game is just as important as your skills, your training, your the process of your training camp.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even when I did jiu-jitsu like competitively, when you step on the mat, the anxiety drains you. Like
It's
crazy.
true.
It drains you like mad. Like you feel tired even before doing anything.
Yeah, your legs will feel like
Yeah.
they can't move anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, which in terms of like mentally being in a cage, it must be like intense, right?
I kind of I enjoy it because I've done it quite many times now. But the most important part is like you have to be mentally and physically there. That's the main part. Sometimes when you're not there, right, you start to panic, and when you go inside the cage, it's not something that you want to carry and go inside. You know, you want to like make sure you feel good and go inside good.
Yeah. So there's one thing I'm really curious about. So every fighters, they have like their corners, right?
Yeah.
So when you're fighting in the cage, do you guys actually listen to your cornerman?
I listen a lot when I fight. I don't fight out like crazy, but I listen as much as I can. Since day one, I listen a lot to my coaches. And other than that, I try to ignore the crowd as much as I can because the crowd can get loud, especially these days when I fight.
So like weight cut, right?
Yeah.
So UFC's weight cut, One Championship's weight cut,
Different.
very different.
Very different.
Like, do you guys still use IV?
No.
No.
I don't use IV. Personally, I've never used IV. Maybe I used it once when I was an amateur. But the system is different now. Like One Championship gives you allowance, and you have to stay hydrated in the allowance weight. So let's say I have to weigh 77 to 83 kilos. That's my weight class. Okay. So I have to stay hydrated all the time on that weight class. As like they will do a pee test to see if you're hydrated, and then only they check your weight. So you have to pee first, stay hydrated, and then you have to be on that weight. Literally, people will walk into the bathroom with you, make you open your pants, take your penis out, pee, and they will watch this whole process just so you don't cheat.
Yeah.
You pee, put it back, close it, give the cup to them, they'll take it to the room, they'll check, and then you have to follow them and weigh on the spot. So you have to do this two days in a row. On Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday you fight.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So do you think this is a better?
It's a very safe way of fighting. But now recently they have steroid tests.
Yep.
So it's much more safer for most of the athletes. And before they didn't have.
Yep.
But now they have it already, so it's good lah. We are constantly evolving, so we are getting better and bigger.
I mean, the show is they're getting a lot more. Like, as well. Like they traded Ben Askren for
Demetrius
Johnson and Eddie Alvarez, right?
Eddie Alvarez, I think the contract over, so he signed with one. But the trade was Demetrius and Ben. Yeah.
So have you seen UFC last weekend?
Yes.
What do you think of Ben's fight?
I don't know. I think it was fast.
I mean, do you think like that was a actual submission or?
It is actual submission. The submission is called bulldog choke.
But do you think he actually passed out or?
I don't think so. I think he was like, he just dropped his hand down, or maybe I'm not sure. I'm not the right person to say this kind of things.
I mean, okay, so it's safe to say your fight with Ben Askren was probably like the biggest fight of your career.
Yeah, can you say?
So, what made you decide that, okay, I'm going to gun for this, I'm going to gun for the title, I'm going to go and champion?
Obviously, if you want to do the sports, you must aim to be a world champion, you know, you cannot just, I want to fight this guy, that guy. And when I first started to pursue MMA, right, my goal was to fight the toughest guys possible. That's it, I wanted to fight tough guys. It doesn't matter, I want to win or lose, but I want to fight tough guys, I just don't want to fight the normal guys. But throughout my career, I was having a couple of easy fights, and then suddenly a hard fight, you know. And then when a real hard fight comes, you know, I'm not prepared for it. So now I'm learning from my mistakes. So I always prepare for a hard fight from now on.
But did you learn a lot from that fight, Ben Askren?
Yeah, I say I can learn a lot. Especially someone like Ben, you must understand. I trained so hard for the fight. Like, I never trained as hard as that in my life before.
Yeah.
Like, until I trained hard and like my body came into a zone where that's it. I will start like panting after throwing 2 punches. Yeah, that's how hard. Like, overtrained until your lungs just burned out. You don't have like explosiveness, slow pace. You cannot pace yourself anymore. You just have one pace, and if you're not in that pace, that's it.
Yeah.
You're burned out.
But I mean, when you wrestled Ben Askren, what was that like?
Well, I escaped once, and then he put me back down. But I panic a lot in that fight. You know, it's like, oh shit, I'm fighting Ben Askren.
I mean, because he's an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, but he's good. He's strong.
Wrestling is really, yeah. Really
and he was nice to me as well, so it was good.
I mean, I'm really curious. Like, even for me, when I watched that fight, I was like, you know, there must be kind of I don't know what sort of pressure you're going through at that time.
A lot of hype though, like a lot of camera. That was the first time like I got so many cameras, so many medias.
But did that affect like the performance of your fight?
No lah, I was mentally bothered a lot throughout that camp. Like, my side also things like was not so well, you know. And my head, the problem always starts with my head usually. Like, I think things need to be perfect, but and then things are not perfect, I just become traumatized by it, you know. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose because I'm not doing this, or I'm gonna lose because I'm not doing that right, you know.
But there's also the aspect of doing MMA, I guess. Right?
You can say that, but sometimes you gotta take it back, chill, do it as it goes, you know. It's okay to do wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. Sometimes I need to do 100% right. Especially coming from like 7-0 fighting Ben Askren, the pressure will be very high on myself as well.
So now you're 9-3. Right?
Yeah.
So when is your next fight?
I'm not sure. I did a surgery on December on my back for the injury after the fight. And it's been 8 weeks. I've been hitting bags and lifting weights so far, and just started cardio sessions. Like, I can cycle, I can do a light jog. Probably end of March, I can go back to doing drills. And then end of April, I'll start sparring.
So it's quite a bad
long
injury,
way. It's
right?
like 16 weeks altogether, they said. So far it's only been 8.
So it's another like 8 weeks.
Another 8 more weeks, yeah.
I mean, we love to see you back in the cage for sure.
I want to go back to the cage for sure.
I'm very itching. So, like, when you're preparing for your fights, right? So generally how long is your training camp?
Depends on when the one championship gives me the notice. Usually they give me 6 weeks or they give me 12 weeks.
12 weeks is long.
Yeah, and I think the longest I've had was 8 weeks. I've never got a 12-week before, but some people got 12 weeks before. I got 12. The shortest I've got was 9 days.
Okay. 9 days is crazy, man.
8 is too long.
So
like,
basically
6 is nice. 6 and 5 is nice.
You were 91 and you had to cut to
92. I have to cut to 77, but I only made 81 instead. I made a catch weight.
Yeah, it's still quite.
It's very unhealthy to do it.
Man. So your official fight weight. So you're a middleweight or a welterweight?
It's a I'm welterweight, but the division is 77 to 83.9. So I can make 83.9.
Right. So that's actually quite good then.
Yeah, that's why I say it's very healthy for all the fighters.
Like that I agree with, because when I watch the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Every cut you see somebody pull up because of missing weight.
Yeah,
like
it's true.
Being unhealthy.
Yeah.
Or some sort of aspect. And I do believe in that whole having a gap.
Yeah, it's true.
Like the middle gap, you know, like 77 to 82, like that's a good gap to have.
It's true.
So then you get more fighters and people are actually fighting healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah, because I think, like even in one championship back then, I think a couple of years back, somebody died from weight cutting, right? Some China dude, I can't remember.
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah, so like it's this kind of shit that is not.
Yeah, they changed the whole thing
because
because
of
one
him, right?
situation.
Yeah,
they take good priority of us, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, which is what I don't see UFC is doing, because
UFC don't care, I think.
they're making money. I mean, they're all about making money. I mean, USADA is there, but the weight cut thing doesn't really change, or the weight cut system is still like.
Now they have like a system where like you have to come in 10 pounds to your weight on the fight week. If you have more than that, probably they will not let you fight or something like that.
Generally,
they still because you're part of the card, especially if you're the main event, they'll let you do it.
Like the whole the Anderson Silva's cut, the one was supposed to be Rob Whittaker. He's supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Then he ended up being injured. So like.
But Rob Whittaker was not weight cut problem. It was his intestine problem. Yeah.
But I mean, it's so unfortunate though. Like he's such a good fighter.
Yeah, I like Rob Whittaker too.
Such a good fighter to watch. So like in like BJ, I've been doing BJ for like 8 years now.
Can say like 8 years.
So for those who don't know, if you do BJJ, to get to the next belt takes a very long time. Unlike taekwondo, unlike karate, where you can get your yellow belt probably in like a month or two, but with jiu-jitsu it's long.
It's true.
So maybe just take us through like when do you get your blue, when do you get your purple, and how do you get your brown?
So I was blue for about 4 years, I think. 16, 17, 18, 19, I got blue. Then 19, I won Mima. In the before winning Mima, I got my blue belt. And then I was 1.5 years or just 1 year of purple belt. No, in 1 year as a blue belt, and then I got purple. Then I stayed purple from 20, 21, 22, 23. Last year I got my brown.
Wow. So it's
Yeah, so
8 years.
8
total
years,
training.
yeah.
It's still quite fast though, actually. I would say.
No lah, there's people like I don't know if you guys know Shem Shakim Rock. He's like part of this gym. He trains MMA. He was a Mima Foreign Pride champion.
Mima?
Foreign Pride champion.
Oh, they had a foreign.
Yeah, but he was the last season Foreign Pride champion.
Okay,
After
okay.
him, there's no more Foreign Pride champion. So he was like the last one. And his division was a tough one as well. He fought so many guys.
Yeah.
He got his blue in 2 years, purple in 1 year. That's it. Yeah. Now he's a purple. He did 3 years of his career already got purple.
I guess you have certain talents.
Yeah,
Like
it's true.
Black belt in 4 years. You know,
It's
like
true.
a few of these people, there's always gonna be like talented people like that as well. But
He's very good on the ground. Like hits me every time.
I'm curious though. I'm really curious because I haven't like competed with people who train professionally. Like I never roll with anyone that trains professionally. So I'm
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, I roll with Adrian, they all but at that time I was like really like I don't know anything. So whatever they do also will be like too intense for me anyway. So it is now like I kind of understand how grappling works. Not so much of the fighting aspect. The stand-up stuff I'm not so good at that. So I'm just really curious to see like that's why initially I was very excited for the class. Yeah.
I think I will still not be able to roll with
that's
you,
true, yeah,
but
because you just recovered.
you should come for one of the evening classes, and then the boys will be here. Like there's a lot of fighters in the gym right now. Like we have about Keanu's here, Mustafa, Mehdi, Shem, Hussein, Berus, and then the jiu-jitsu class. 90% of them compete nowadays.
Damn.
So we have a quite big team for jiu-jitsu. Stand-up part only in the morning will be a bit intense, the pro practice, and then the other classes is pretty controlled lah. So if you come for the evening class, you got guys to roll with for sure.
That's nice. So okay, so like for a normal person, so how would you tell them like, let's say they'll ask you, okay, what is jiu-jitsu about, or what is MMA, or what is stuff like? Well, how would you explain to them?
I will usually say MMA is something like boxing, but you can take the person to the ground and you can punch them in the ground and you can squeeze their neck and squeeze their arm off as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You are now currently probably, so you're going to fight probably in like 8 weeks time or 10. So that's probably like
8 weeks more to sparring.
uh,
And then 8 weeks from there to a fight lah, hopefully lah. I'm planning to fight back on June 28 in KL in one championship. I haven't spoke anything to anyone yet. I'm still suspended, so.
oh shit. So
Yeah.
do you have anything in mind now? Like at the moment, like if you're gonna call someone out, what is your next?
No lah, I cannot call. I'm in no place to call out anybody. I'm coming off 2 losses, but I have like a goal. At least get back in the winning column, you know. I have to put on a good winning streak first before trying to, and I have to win my next fight. That's it. The goal is to win the next fight.
So now that Ben Askren left the division, right? So who's the guy?
The champ is Kazakhstan. The guy I lost to, yeah.
Oh, so that was a title fight.
No, that was like, so me and him fight. Whoever wins that get a title fight.
Right,
Yeah, so he won it. He fought against a guy called Tyler Maguire. And then Tyler Maguire lost to him. He became the champion. Now he's defending it on Friday again. He's defending his title with a guy from Kazakhstan.
We didn't watch.
No, he's fighting in Burma.
Oh.
I know, in Myanmar.
Myanmar?
So, yeah,
oh, they have
Myanmar.
cuts in
Yeah, Myanmar.
Wow,
Yeah.
Well, they're expanding really fast as well.
Yeah, they have a champion from Myanmar as well called Angla Aung San.
Yeah.
He's like double champ, so.
They had the guy who was like a two weight class champ as well. Like,
Yeah, that's the guy. I thought
it's
no,
Vietnamese. The Vietnamese dude. Is it
Oh,
Vietnamese?
that's Vietnamese. That's Martin Nguyen.
Yeah.
Martin Nguyen.
Like, he's doing that.
He's good. I like him.
He tried for three classes, right?
But he failed the third one.
Yeah,
But the first one and the second one,
yeah, he's dominant there.
Yeah.
I think he lost to Bantam.
No, he lost to
like a really
Bantam. Yeah, he lost to Bibiano Fernandez and Kevin Bellingham.
But it's crazy though. I don't know how he does his weight cut, man. But it's
I think he's a pretty lean guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a small and lean guy. So for him to go lower is easier than becoming heavier. I think lah. It's my opinion.
No, I don't know, man. Every time I see like, even I watch like UFC and I see certain guys like they go up weight class or they go down weight class. It's damn scary, man. Like the way they have to cut the weight.
I feel like I can go up easily, but going down is a very hard thing for me. I feel like I'm drained out by the time I go down.
Yep, exactly. Because your size, you lose the power, you lose the size as well.
Yeah, a lot of things you lose.
I'm like, when we talk about weight cut, a lot of people don't understand weight cut is a very, very tedious process. Like it's not as simple as I'm gonna eat clean, lose weight. So like for you personally, how would you say, how hard is your weight cut? Would you say?
I think definitely it's the most paranoid thing for me lah. I'm very paranoid when it comes to weight, especially with the new system in one. Yeah. I'm still heavy for that system. Like I fight at 83.9 and I walk around sometimes 95 up to 97 sometimes. Can get really heavy. I'm a big guy, you know. So by the time I diet and I drop down to that weight, I'm drained out like dead. And I force myself to like make targets like, okay, this week I have to drop 5, next week I have to drop 3, the following I have to drop 2, the following I have to drop 1. And by the time I reach the weight and I still have to be clean and make the weight for 2 days in a row. So it's quite hard as well.
But would you say, does it affect your, like you?
A lot.
A lot.
That's why now the coaches say I cannot be walking too heavy. I have to walk lighter so I can build more muscle and strength to perform better. Because when you cut weight every time, you lose a lot of muscles and a lot of fats as well. And when you put back on, you won't put back on the muscle, you put on just fats. So you lose a lot of strength after that. Yeah.
So in the whole, basically like your training, when you prepare for a fight, that is the
mainly when I am preparing for a fight, the past 3 camps was just focusing on the weight. There was no technique building, nothing.
Right.
Now I have time to build technique because I'm not focusing on the weight. But other stuffs as well, I have to recover and rehab and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, honestly, all of us wish you the very best and we wish to see you in the cage soon. But before you go, we're just going to do like some real quick stuff here. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. You're just going to answer. Favorite submission?
Real naked choke.
So you've done that like probably
4
fights,
four
right?
times, yeah.
So favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter in one championship or?
Anywhere, in general.
In general, I like GSP.
GSP?
Yeah.
Why?
I think he's very, he's smart in what he does, you know, like he never does everything. He does very basic things, but very perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the basic jab, basic step, basic kicks. But it's effective and he does it on everybody, you know, like the guy can be a wrestler and he still makes a basic double leg work on him.
Yep.
Yeah. Very basic and very efficient with everything.
That's true though. I mean, the way he fights is
very basic but very efficient.
Disciplined.
Yeah.
In terms of like his takedowns are as good as a NCAA division
yeah,
wrestler.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Right. So favorite food?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. So that's why you'll be kicking in and you're not weight cutting then?
Yeah, probably, but now not as much as last time, but yeah.
So like, what is your... So where do you take your inspiration from your wrestling thing? Like, because I realized that you are a big fan of
wrestling. Yeah. I think
takedowns.
I like wrestling a lot because I used to see a lot of wrestling videos when I was starting to learn MMA and GSP as well. So I was like, oh, it's so nice taking people down.
So UFC wasn't the one that got you into fighting?
No, Ip Man was the one who got like, I mean the guy who acted in Ip Man made a movie. The guy, yeah.
Oh shit. Right, unfortunately we're out of time.
No worries, it's all good.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to shout out, your sponsors or anything else? You can just do a quick shout out.
Yeah, shout out to all my sponsors. Thanks for always supporting me. Tags, Seller Atelier, and Monarchy MMA. And thank you to all the fans for always supporting me. Keep on supporting me, and I will do my best to perform.
Awesome. So again, this is Agilan Thani. His Instagram handle is
Agilan Thani.
Twitter.
I have, but I don't active. Agilan Thani as well.
Instagram is active. You can look for him on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I'm Yim. I'm your host. This is Cool Story Bro, and
thank you.